What's up, Dream Chasers? What's up, Branch Gang? Kevin Van Voris back for another video for you guys today. Today's video is gonna be a little controversial, seeing that I am like a Mopar guy, but times are changing, and I'm gonna tell you guys why in today's video.
Supercharged, 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 supercharged.
So real quick, I drove my Trackhawk this morning. In case you guys are new to the channel, maybe you don't even know, I accidentally put 15% on my windshield when I got the windshield replaced yesterday. I drove right by a motorcycle cop and he just went like this and drove right by. Usually I'm like the king of window tint tickets in Amarillo, Texas. But yeah, so far so good. It's super dark. I do like it though. This morning when I went to work at like 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m., it was pretty dark, but during the day, not too bad. All right, so today's video, what I want to talk to you guys about is why, in my opinion, the Coyote platform is probably the best platform as far as like what you can do, bang for your buck out of the box, okay? I'm gonna explain why. Now, everyone who has a Hellcat or a Demon or a Red Eye or a Trackhawk or whatever is probably like, nah, Mustangs are gay. Now look, I don't like Mustangs, okay? I probably will never own one. However, my brother has one of the fastest Mustangs. He has the fastest stock block Mustang in the world, Gen 3 Coyote, in the world right now. Ran an 844, I think is his fastest time. Race Demonology for fun. David obviously beat him. So a lot of people are commenting, oh man, but the Mustang's got a turbo. Well, the Demon makes just as much horsepower as probably David's car. Now, the thing about it is you can't really compare a Mustang to a Hellcat, right? But you can compare a Mustang to a Scat Pack. Now, everybody knows, if you know, or everybody if you don't know, the 6.4 does not handle boost at all. And that's why the 6.4 motor is not very good when you compare it to the Coyote motor. Now, anybody who's built a 6.4, it's different. I'm not talking about a built 6.4, I'm talking about a stock block just like David's. So if you put a stock 6.4 liter, right, in a Challenger, for example, and did all the lightweight stuff that David did, right? So his is pretty much, you know, it's still full interior, but it's got 2 lighter seats, lightweight wheels, lightweight brakes, all that good stuff, right? If you were to just do exactly what he did on a Challenger, a base model Challenger, right? Put a turbo 400 in it just like David did, and put a turbo 400 on it, leave the stock motor, put a big single turbo on it, you would not be able to go as fast as this Mustang. You wouldn't even go close, because you would blow the motor way before you'd be blowing a Mustang motor. Now, I'm not saying that Coyote motors aren't like, they don't have their quirks. There are people who drove a stock motor and blow it up within like 1,000 miles because of that weird engine tick. However, David's made probably like 40 passes on his car. I don't know how many miles he has on his car. He doesn't daily drive or anything like that. But if you're comparing a Scat Pack motor, like a 6.4 liter motor, to a Coyote motor, you can't. The Coyote motors are much, much better. And everyone, you can buy a base model Mustang, you can throw a twin turbo kit from like LPF or On3, or you can hit up Streetcar Joe like David did and have him build you a single turbo kit. And guess what? You've got a 9-second, if David would have done no lightweight stuff, he'd have a low 9-second car, no problem. I've got 2 buddies who have twin turbo Mustangs, Nick and Johnny. Their cars are fast, very, very fast. And all they did was throw on a twin turbo kit. Pretty basic stuff. So it's pretty wild that you can go buy a Mustang, $40,000, spend about 15 grand on a turbo kit, and go run yourself low 9s. Pretty wild on a stock motor, and a lot of those dudes are still on the 10-speed transmission. Now, you could take a Hellcat motor, okay? You could take a Hellcat motor or a Demon motor and pull the supercharger off and stay stock trans, stock motor, throw a single turbo or a twin turbo kit, and you could run guaranteed what David is running, no problem. Probably with a lot less weight reduction than David did. Really, dude? But the problem is, David's car was like $30,000. A Demon, like right now, I think prices are holding about like 115 to 140. A Red Eye, right? Red Eyes are $90,000. Hellcats are still brand new, are still 70 to 80 grand. Well, 65 to 75,000, depending on which one you want. A used one, you're still looking at 50K. So even if you get a used Hellcat with 20,000 miles, pull the supercharger off, and then throw a turbo kit on it, I mean, you're still talking the Mustang is still the best, like, bang for your buck. Now, there's not very many people who are pulling off their superchargers and doing a turbo kit. The only person that I really know of who did that is Steven Ripa. And basically, it's kind of what David would have done if he would have kept his Challenger, is he put a Turbo 400 in it. It's still a stock engine, single turbo, crazy car. That car would be an awesome race for David. That car should be a low 8, high 7-second car. He's done a lot of lightweight stuff to that car, which is pretty wild. So I'm not saying Mustangs are the greatest cars, but the Coyote engine is definitely something that, like, you can talk all the shit you want on Mustangs, and it's really annoying when, like, people who have Dodges or you have Chevys, they just talk shit on Mustangs. But these Mustangs are fucking fast without having to do very much to them. Now again, I could do that with my Charger, like if I really wanted to, but it's like, Jesus Christ, I gotta pull the blower off and then build a turbo kit. Like, you're talking about you're talking about putting a turbo kit. You know, my Charger brand new was like $72,000. Like, do you really want to do that? Or putting a turbo kit on my Trackhawk. My Trackhawk was stickered at $102,000. Do I really want to pull the blower off and put a turbo kit on a $100,000 car? Probably not. Do I want to do that to my Demon? Probably not. But these Mustangs are awesome because they're base model cars. Like, David has said several times that, like, he only bought this car because he wanted to go fast. That's it. That's it. That's it. His Hellcat was pretty much you know, he could have probably went 880s, 890s with his blower, but there's only a certain amount you can push those stock blowers to. Now, obviously, you could build your motor, you could put a Turbo 400 in, you could put a Kenny Bell on it if you want, but obviously, like, the way to go is to turbo your car. So, like, with my Charger, I'm in a little bit of a predicament. So my goal is to run an 899 with my Charger with the stock blower. Obviously, I have a built motor. For those of you guys who don't know, I did get a built trans and a Demon converter, so that's going to help me put the power down. And after, you know, if it's possible for me to run an 899 in a full weight Charger with air ride suspension, then my next thing is, do I just leave it and be happy with it, or do I take the blower off and then have Streetcar Joe build me a single turbo kit, and then I can go, I don't know, because I'll have a built motor and a built trans, I don't know, you know, 850s in a 4-door car. I really don't know, but this video is about why the Mustang motors are, in my opinion, the best bang for your buck right now. It would cost much more money to do that to a Scat Pack or a base model. Like what you should do, like say you just want to stay with Dodge, is buy the cheapest version of a Challenger, rip out the motor, rip out the trans, put a 426 in it, put a Turbo 400, build you a turbo kit, and you'd be fucking fast. But, you know, you're having to do all that, and it's not a stock motor. These stock motor Mustangs are fucking insane. And then when David builds this motor, this is gonna be a 7-second car, which is pretty fucking wild for a Mustang. Pretty fucking wild. So for everybody who talks shit about Mustangs, look, I don't really like Mustangs either, but you got to give props to the guys who are running these times. I mean, Lund Racing, LPF, all these dudes are doing crazy stuff on stock motor. Some of them are still in the 10-speed transmissions. Like, it's pretty fucking crazy what you can do with these Mustangs. Are they the prettiest car? No, but David's looks actually pretty, like with the wheels and the black wheel tint and stuff like that. It looks good. So, yeah. And then, because that's what, like, everybody who's, when David raced Demonology, everyone's like, well, it's a turbo car. I'm like, well, I mean, Demonology probably, you know, he's got upper pulley, lower pulley, injectors, race gas. You know, it's not like Demonology's car is stock, and Demonology's car probably makes 1,000, maybe a little more. David's car, depending on the boost levels, 1,000 to 1,100. So, but it's pretty wild, man. So if you're looking to go fast, really, really fast for not that much money, a Mustang is the way to go. Like versus buying a Scat Pack, like it definitely is going to cost more money. Mopars in general cost more to fix up. So it's just how it is. You know, I wish Dodge would put like a Hellcat block motor in it instead of the 6.4. Like it'd be cool just to have a 6.2 in it, or even bring back the 6.1. Those motors are fantastic. But anyways, that's it for today's video. We're gonna see how controversial this is. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Mustangs are starting to get more respect with these new Coyote motors, or are you still a Mustang hater? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you follow my brother, Dave Van Voris, on YouTube. He's doing some crazy stuff. I'm trying to get him to call out It's Just a 6, but he's kind of iffy on that. So, because I'll call anybody out, I don't give a shit. David's kind of like, eh. So anyways, thank you guys for watching today's video. My name's Kevin Van Voris. I'm out this bitch.